Controversial lessons on gender and sexuality have now been banned from New South Wales public schools, we're told today. Teachers have been told to stop using education programs which contain highly disputed theories about gender and sexual identity. The banned lessons teach students that gender is a social construct and that sexuality is non-binary, among other things. The move to ban the teaching materials comes after a review into sex education in New South Wales. Damien Tudehope, the Liberal MP for Epping, has been calling for these controversial lessons to be axed from New South Wales schools. He's on the line. Damien, good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, Ben.
Is this what you were hoping for?
It is a part solution, I have to say. It has to be distinguished that there are a program that the Department of Education ran itself, which was a multidisciplinary program called Crossroads, which introduced a whole lot of this gender theory material into a variety of subjects. And the previous Minister for Education ordered a review of that and wanted to know what the scientific underpinning of that program was, and the concepts like binary gender and gender fluidity and those sort of things were called into question as what's the scientific underpinning for those concepts. So,
right, can you clear something up for me? Because people will be listening thinking, hang on, is this the Safe Schools program?
The short answer to that is it is not the Safe Schools program. It is a review of the department's own material, which it was using, which contains a lot of the Safe Schools type material, but it is not the Safe Schools program.
So where are we on that program?
Well, we're still in limbo to the extent that we continue to call for the abolition of that program and from public schools because we say that parents need to be consulted in respect of that material. It parades as an anti-bullying program, and the virtuousness of anti-bullying programs have been hijacked by the Safe School lobbyists for the purpose of delivering this agenda. And what we say is that it has really no place in our education system. And for the very same reasons that this program is about to be pulled, because there is no legitimate scientific underpinning that it represents any educational benefit in our schools.
Is there a chance that this is a sign of what's to come with the Safe Schools program, that people, now that a torch has been shone on this program and a lot of the material has now been percolated, that people out there have been able to hear this stuff and see this stuff and think, hang on a moment, is this really stuff that we should be discussing with young children without parental involvement? Is this a sign of what's to come, do you think?
I hope so, because generally the experience is that when parents see this material, they say exactly what you're saying is, hang on, this is the province of parents and families to be educating their children in this material, and schools ought not be involved. I am a long campaigner that we ask teachers to do a whole heap of stuff in classrooms which is outside the parameters of what education is expected to be. We expect teachers to be involved in literacy and numeracy and teaching our children about the history of their country, etc. We don't expect them to be involved in teaching our children that their gender is fluid, or that there is some sort of notion that they can engage in all sorts of experimental sexual practices. So it's time that we shone the spotlight on what is happening in schools, and it is time that parents became less apathetic about what is happening in schools and started asking questions about what are you teaching my children.
Well, at the very least, for them to have a say on what's taught. There might be some parents who might say, I'm more than happy for this to be taught to my children, but they should have a say. Damien, good on you.
I agree with you.
Thank you for your time.
Good on you.
Damien Tudehope, the Liberal MP for Epping, joining us on the program.